Coming up in the morning edition, the budget debate heats up. The Minister of National Security speaks to drugs and guns in this country. Some good news for dialysis patients at the Princess Margaret Hospital. And we have another talented Bahamian vying for the top spot in The Voice. Good morning and welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks for waking up to us. Some days you just have to create your own sunshine, and this might be one of them. So let's take a look at weather with our weatherman, Basil Dean, to see if liquid sunshine is in our forecast. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. In fact, you're going to have to create that sunshine. As our ZNS Tower Cam is showing gray skies to the north of the capital. And as we go to our satellite picture, you'll also see that we have lots of tropical moisture streaming towards the north throughout the 700 islands. All the details coming up later in the newscast, so stay tuned. But outside of our studios, we have a mixture of cloud and sunshine, temperature at 75 degrees, relative humidity very rich, 100%, light and variable winds, barometric pressure 1,016.3 millibars. That's 30.01 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning: 75 in Marsh, Ababaco, also Green Toll Key at 75, 75 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands 76, 76 in Allenstown, Bimini, 80 degrees in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Lutra 81, 81 in Otterstown, Cat Island, Staniel Key 79, 79 also in Camp Space out Andros and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. San Salvador and Rum Key at 81 degrees, 81s in Ragged Island, Clarenstown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay 82, Acklands 82, Matthew-Town, Inagua 81 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 81 degrees. Your boating forecast for today in the northwest and central islands: light and variable winds with flat seas, but those seas will be higher near showers and thunderstorms today. Low tide 9:31 in the morning, high tide at 3:53 in the afternoon. And for the southeast Bahamas, the wind southeast at 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your first look at weather in the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Jimenita Swain is standing by with our traffic team and the Bahamas First Traffic Report.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. We're coming to you live from Bay Street, right in Rawson Square. It's a little, I guess, rainy this morning. A light downpour is happening right now. But in a few hours, parliamentarians will continue their debate on the 2019-2020 budget here at the House of Assembly at about 10 o'clock this morning. But to find out what's happening traffic-wise, we now turn to Corporal Patrick Kemp of the Police Traffic Division to find out what's happening on the streets as you prepare to make your morning commute. Good morning, Officer Kemp.
Good morning, Ms. Main, and good morning, Bahamas.
Now, I know persons are preparing to head on the streets, whether going to work or to drop their kids off to school. Are there any areas of concern that they need to be mindful of traffic-wise?
For the most part, the area of Samalo, Butler, we are still experiencing some congestion in that area due to roadworks. And as usual, Prince Charles seems to be always a concern for us. We just asking that persons continue to have patience as they travel on the streets. The road is a bit wet, obviously because of the weather, and exercise due care and attention.
And definitely you'd want persons to be mindful. Like you say, it is raining in portions of the island. So just don't put so much faith in the brakes as well either. So we don't want them to be speeding on wet streets.
Just patience. We experience a lot of the road rage that persons have because you have persons who are mindful and are taking their time. And persons who are not exercising patience have a problem with that. And so the road rage is outrageous with some of our road users. So we ask that you exercise a bit of patience. You're going to get where you need to go.
Just give yourself ample time. Well, thank you so much, Officer Kemp.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a wonderful day. But for those of you heading out, like I say, it's light rain happening. Give yourself some ample time. If you have to travel on their Samila Butler corridor, I think that they've started the paving works there. But make sure to buckle up and no texting and driving. Back to you in studio, LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Anita, now onto our top story this morning. Enhanced technology for officers within the Royal Bahamas Police and Defense Force units are a part of a $20 million capital expenditure in this year's national budget, with the goal of targeting illegal guns and drugs which enter the country. During his budget contribution in the House of Assembly Tuesday, Minister of National Security, the Honorable Marvin Dames, noted the intent in this year's budget to invest in drone technology, among other initiatives, to aggressively combat these vexing problems. The decentralization of the Defense Force was also a component to this effort.
Mr. Speaker, decentralization of the agency's operations continue to be a main focus in which the government is committed to establishing bases in the southern Bahamas as a major priority, inclusive of the long-term deployment of ships and personnel and the acquisition of detection technology. The Defense Force has therefore commenced the second phase of the decentralization program with the incremental construction and/or installation of bases facilities in the southern Bahamas, more specifically Inagua and Ragged Island, where much of our security threats originate.
Meanwhile, improvements to the dialysis unit at the Princess Margaret Hospital well underway. That from Health Minister, the Honorable Dr. Dwayne Sands. He notes that conditions at the unit have not been ideal, but one day at a time and one piece at a time. The aim is to make the health system better for patients. The Health Minister spoke to the issue outside of Cabinet on Tuesday.
We've heard the concerns. We recognize that the unit has not been ideal. You know, we are trying to do a little bit each day to try and make things better for the patients. And so it's had a bit of a facelift. They're all brand new chairs. We're about to get some new machines. And when we're prepared to put them into commission, we will invite you to join us for that celebratory event. And this is all as we get ready to move the dialysis unit to a brand new site.
The National Security Minister defending the acting Deputy Commissioner of Police, Paul Roll, against allegations of corruption made against him by fugitive American businessmen wanted for tax evasion. While noting that he was not spoken to, Mr. Roll, the National Security Minister, spoke highly of his character. Bitcoin millionaire John McAfee took to social media making damaging remarks against officials from the United States government and Bahamian officials.
Mr. Paul Roll, the acting Deputy Commissioner, is an upstanding citizen of this country who I have known for a very long time and continue to give of his best every day. As far as I am aware, his integrity precedes him. Okay? If this man, whomever he is, has information that he deems credible, then people always, there is a process, you know. But to take people's name and just throw it out there in the public, you know, without any supporting facts or evidence, it's very dangerous, you know, and it is something that we all have to be careful of, because we all are, in a sense, public figures. And anyone could jump on social media and say everything. It happens every day. It has happened to me, and I've seen it. I've been a victim of that.
Global Ports Holdings, the developers of Port of Nassau, a $250 million project to transform the Prince George Dock and its experience, held a meeting with stakeholders recently. Viewing Nassau as a destination of choice, Colin Murphy says it has taken Global Ports 2 years to get to this point in their goal for revitalization of Nassau Harbor. He added, though, that they are finalizing plans and hope to have an agreement signed within weeks, followed by an environmental impact study. He says there is also an opportunity for Bahamians to participate in this project.
The easiest way they can get in is to buy shares in the port. They can do that, and actually we'll facilitate that by giving them loans to get in. I mean, we've made the initial entry point as low as we could, $1,000, which we will finance for qualified people. We want to fill that up with small people, small investors, so taxi drivers, vendors and whatever can have a share in the port, which they can pass down to their kids. We don't want to just bring in big investors with lots of money to make even more money. So we're hoping that this is the biggest sort of offering for small shareholders in Nassau, so that's our intent. So that's the first way. But of course, we want to bring more traffic, more guests, more business, more opportunities for everybody.
And still to come, a second Bahamian is auditioning in American entertainment series The Voice. Let's see how she feels about it when we return right after this break.
We've all got plans for our golden years. Unfortunately for many, this may just be wishful thinking. To generate an annual income in retirement of $70,000 for 20 years at a rate of return of 5%, with inflation running at 3%, requires more than $1.1 million. So how do you save that much money? Many companies provide a group pension plan to help their employees by deducting an amount each month from their pay to contribute to the plan. Personal Pension Plan, or PPP, is similar to a group plan, but offered only to individuals. These plans offer many of the same benefits and features. Contact us for more information on pensions.
Our marine resources were once considered inexhaustible. Conch and reef fish like grouper were abundant everywhere, and it seemed as if the lobster catch would rise forever. But today, there is a downward trend that affects everyone. Researchers say we can reverse the trend by protecting more marine habitats. And the good news is that most Bahamians strongly support efforts to halt further decline. Tripling the size of our network of marine parks will mean more fish and conch for everyone now and for the future, as well as more recreational and ecotourism opportunities. Today, only 10% of our waters are protected. Surveys show that most Bahamians consider protection of our marine environment to be a top national priority. More protection means more benefits for everyone, now and in the future. It's a win-win-win strategy for the economy, for Bahamians, and for nature. Protect our sea, protect our way of life, protect the Bahamas. See the future. Visit Bahamas Protected on Facebook to learn more about marine protected areas.
ZNS is very informative to me. It keeps you up to date on what's going on in the Bahamas, and you get to hear it firsthand early in the morning.
Welcome back to the Morning Edition. The Bahamas seems to be well represented on the hit TV show The Voice that airs on NBC. Recently, Bahamian-born Tabby Burrows walked away as the winner of the popular entertainment series where up-and-coming artists get to perform for musical icons in front of a live audience. Well, this morning we feature another Bahamian headed that way in the hopes of claiming the top prize.
Sometimes we see the smile.
Adriana Munnings is about to embark on the biggest opportunity this far in her musical career. On July 27th, she will audition for the hit musical TV show The Voice in Atlanta, Georgia. Adriana becomes the second Bahamian to audition for The Voice this year, next to Tabby Burrows, who won the competition in May. We caught up with Adriana at her studio in Stapleton Gardens, where she told us about preparations for the audition.
I've been singing and writing for the past 20 plus years. And I got the news on May 22nd. That was 2:30. I'll never forget that day. And they sent me my account number. My account number is 779165. And when I got that number and said that you're going to be auditioning for The Voice, a song that I'm going to do is called A Change Is Gonna Come. It is now being played on Joy FM. I did a remix on it. And so I know that the judges are going to love it. And the 4 chairs are going to spin around.
The songbird sings at weddings and major events. She also participated in local competitions and won a couple of them. And while songs of love and worship are her favorites, Adriana says the love of music stemmed from the age of 7.
My uncle, Bishop Rule, had a radio program called The Hour of Redemption. And it played on the gospel station. And one day I heard myself singing. And I was like, boy, you sound good. I was in vain, but anyway, and that's how it all started. And I started writing from 1992. I was always a writer. Back in the day, we used to say join on, but it's cursive right now. And so I've always loved to write. And I'm just excited about this moment.
With B.B. Winans and the late Aretha Franklin as her all-time favorites, Adriana told us what she feels gave her the edge over many others vying for an audition spot.
Flavor. Me being persistent, never wanted to give up. In spite of, I had a tragedy about 6 years ago. My nephew was murdered. And in the midst of that, I still had to press and trust God and still pursue.
Adriana, who was appealing for sponsorship to make her audition trip to Atlanta a reality, gave these strong words of advice to upcoming talented Bahamian artists.
Never give up on your dreams. Never give up. In spite of the environment you may be in, it may not be healthy. You may not have that support. You may be rejected and people look down at you. I've been there. And that's why I thank God that I'm a testimony to tell you that you can survive and you will make it.
This has been a journey for me. You really don't know.
When you visit Grand Bahama, one of the stops you should make is the 8 Mile Rock Fish Fry. Here's Jay Philippe from the Northern Service down at the Fish Fry.
And every Thursday night, 8 Mile Rock Fish Fry is definitely a place to be. If you want to have a good time, dance a little bit while having some good old Bahamian cuisine food, then make your way each and every Thursday night, 8 Mile Rock Fish Fry. First stop of the night, Barbara's Kitchen. When I got there, I just couldn't decide on what to eat, so of course I asked Barbara, and she surely gave me a mouthful.
I got fried wings, I got cracked chicken, cracked lobster or garlic lobster, fried shrimp, cracked conch, fried pork chop fingers, fried snapper, fried grouper, fried mutton snapper, and for sides I've got fried bread, garden salad, french fries, and pasta salad with crab and conch in it.
After some mouth-watering seafood, it was time to wash it all down with something tropical and delightful.
I've been here about 3 months here at Mr. T's, booth number 27 at Sunset Village. Where our slogan is, you think it, we mix it. We have the liquid marijuana. We have the hunch punch. That'll give you a good buzz.
Wow, it has the sweet and sour taste all in one. I love it. It's a good mixture. Good. Tastes good together.
Yeah, like I said at Mr. T's, you think we mix it, we got a variety of mixed drinks, slushies, nachos, beers, Bahamian drinks, stuff like that.
I could not help but to notice a long line over at Curly's stall, so I had to find out for myself what was being offered. A lot of people coming here. Tell us exactly what do you offer at this vendor?
We have pork grill, chicken grill, fish grill, chicken fries, plantain, fried plantain. We have pickles, everything you want.
Just when I thought it was all done, I got a special treat from one of the most friendly and hospitable persons in the 8 Mile Rock community. It's safe to say that Fish Fry 8 Mile Rock is one of the most popular places in West Grand Bahama. It's definitely the place where you can find the real deal in Bahamian eats. Trust me, you will love it. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Boy, Fisher, looks like Jay having a good time over at the Fish Fry.
I don't know. I'm going to call Jay today. I don't know why he does this to us every morning when you and I have big hungry bellies on a Wednesday morning. No, not you, just me.
What's coming up in sports?
Coming up in sports, John Krell with a big night in the WNBA. We'll have more from the Long Island Regatta.
That and more ahead in sports.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey, what's that?
What y'all getting? Listen, I've been waiting to mash down some lobster, yeah?
Hi, I'm Matthew. I will be you guys' waiter today. Can I take your order?
Oh, I've been jonesing for some grouper dread.
Y'all see this?
See, this ain't gonna work.
Where the fish gone, though?
But how, though?
Don't leave our children with no fish in their future. Protect our sea. Protect our way of life. Protect the Bahamas. To learn how you can help, find us on Facebook at Bahamas Protected. See the future.
This is a PSA from We Buy, You Sell. The protection of your businesses, homes, and families is very important. We Buy, You Sell offers the best in hurricane impact windows and doors designed to withstand all categories of hurricanes, with prices beating our competitors by up to 50%. We also specialize in porcelain, mosaic, and plank tiles. We Buy, You Sell. Located at number 163 Robinson Road. Call 677-2856 or 324-6427. We Buy, You Sell. Come and see us today.
Good morning on a relaxed Wednesday. Let's start off with some WNBA play. Coming off consecutive Player of the Week honors, Jonquel Jones with a game-high 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocked shots, leading the Connecticut Sun to an 83-75 win over the Washington Mystic in a battle of the top teams in the WNBA last night. Connecticut now 6-1 has won 4 straight, while Washington, now 4-2 in the season, had his 4-game winning streak snapped. Jones was 9 for 11 from the field and 2 for 4 from behind the three-point arc in 32 minutes of play. The Suns play again Friday at Minnesota. Checking in on our minor league baseball player, Anthony Seymour and the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimps, taking the rubber game of their series with Lucius Fox and Montgomery Biscuits 6-5 yesterday. Seymour used as a pinch run and scored a run. Lucius 1 for 3. The Biscuits won 3 of the 5 games played. And Chavez Young was also 1 for 3 as the Dunedin Blue Jays blanked Florida Fire Frogs 2-0. What happened to the Widdy K? That's the question Regatta fans are asking after the boat that has dominated regattas for the last 2 years finished out of the top 10 at the recent Long Island Regatta.
We had some bad breaks, that's all I can say, and you can't control the wind. We got in some areas out there, we stopped, we went in reverse. Those boats sail with breeze. When you know breeze, ain't nothing you could do. All you can do is sit there and wait and hope and pray. If the good Lord don't answer the prayers, you get with a duck, you get beat.
And during the closing of the Long Island Regatta in Salt Pond, Minister responsible for regattas, the Honorable Michael Pintard, continued his push for regattas to become the national sport of the Bahamas.
It's the hope of the minister-led administration that Long Island would be at the forefront of reviving the boat building tradition in the Bahamas so that we create more Bahamians who own a greater portion of this economy. And Long Island will be at the forefront of the sail-making tradition in the Bahamas. That persons will travel from around the world to participate in this incredible sport that we expect to be the national sport of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas over the course, Prime Minister, as I'm directed, of the next 12 months.
And I know sailing fans are definitely looking forward to that. And that's going to be Sports Wednesday. Thanks for watching. It's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
Buddy Hield and the Kings have their...
Buddy Hield seemed to be having the best season of his career. He had 32 points the other night. It was a bit disappointing, Shawnee Miller not winning the IAAF World Female Athlete of the Year. The high school rankings will soon be out. Tabernacle, the defending champions, CC Sweeting, they are always there. Who will it be this year? Each Monday on 1540 AM and 104.5 FM, it's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
Now you can watch the ZNS network of channels absolutely free. That's right, ZNS is now broadcasting 3 separate channels, free to air on Channel 13. One channel has the regular ZNS TV HD programming. One is the Parliamentary channel, and one is the 24/7 television community page. These channels may be accessed simply by attaching either a rabbit ears antenna or an indoor amplified antenna to the RF input connector on the back of your digital television or flat screen TV. Once the antenna is connected, select TV mode and choose Auto Scan, and your TV will automatically pick up Channel 13 at no charge. Once you're on Channel 13, just use the channel selector to go to each of the 3 ZNS free channels. Antennas are available on many sites online. Free TV, ZNS brings it back to you.
Watching the ZNS Kids Club.
My name is Kyle Jones. I go to one-on-one preschool and I love watching the ZNS Kids Club.
Hi, I'm Toronto Fairview Academy and I love watching the ZNS Kids Club.
In our final look at whether the tropics remain in idle mode, and that's primarily because of the strong upper-level wind shear. But over the Bahamas, we have instability again as a result of a mid to low-level trough, which continues to pump tropical moisture northward across the islands. That will fire pockets of showers and thunderstorms today, some of which will be heavy at times. Our forecast for today, partly cloudy to cloudy with showers and thunderstorms around 88 degrees for the high. Tonight, we are looking at partly cloudy with some late night and showers and thunderstorms once again. 76 degrees for your low, and the extended weather forecast, showers right into Thursday, getting a little better on Friday. The weekend a little cloudy, but with less showers as we head into the early part of next week. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. And just before we go, we would like to wish Cousin Vaughn's daughter, Ryan Aubrey Hannah, a very special happy birthday. And our very own Vince Williams is also celebrating. Vince, we wish you a fantastic day. Well, that's a wrap for us. Tune in tomorrow for more Morning Edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a great day, everyone.